When you spill salt, do you quickly throw a pinch of it over your left shoulder? Have you tried to catch a bird by shaking salt on its tail? Do you take a box of salt as a present to a friend in his new home? Of all subjects that superstitions have been built around, the most outstanding is salt. Its unusual properties have puzzled and fascinated people in every part of the world. Today we understand the chemical reasons which enable salt to thaw snow but help to freeze ice cream. The ancients, however, were positive salt was magic and had a dual nature to do good or evil. Man probably first noticed salt when he saw animals near a salt lick. When he tried some, it tasted good. Then, as he came to realize that salt could preserve food, he began to imagine that it also had the power to protect him. When he spilled salt, he was sure that his guardian spirit had caused the accident to warn him of evil nearby. The general belief was that good spirits lived on the right side of the body and bad spirits on the left. So early man quickly threw a pinch of the salt over his left shoulder to bribe those spirits who were planning to harm him. Also, in those early days, salt was a precious and scarce item in some regions. So the taboo against spilling salt was one of economy as well. Since tears are salty, spilling salt meant sadness to many people. You still hear the old saying, "Help me to salt, help me to sorrow." A popular Norwegian belief is that as many tears will be shed as are needed to dissolve the salt spilled. In New England, spilled salt is thrown on the stove so as to dry up any tears quickly. Faith in the magic of salt made people believe it was easy to catch a bird if his tail feathers were salted. In recent years, it has been reported that birds flying close enough to the Great Salt Lake in Utah to be covered by the salty water are easily captured. We now know that it is the weight of the salt on their wings that keeps the bird from flying away, not the magic in it. Salt as a present for a friend in his new home is a custom in many countries. Because of its lasting quality and the fact that it preserves food, salt is believed close to friendship. In ancient Greece, a stranger was welcomed by having a pinch of salt placed in his right hand. In Eastern countries, salt was put before strangers as a pledge of goodwill. Hungary has long had the custom of sprinkling the threshold of a new house with salt, so no witch or evil thing will enter. It was believed by the Greeks and Romans that it was the salt in sea water that purified it. So they worshipped a goddess of salt who represented health. At birth, salt was placed on a child's tongue in the goddess's name, so as to ensure long life, good health and protection. Some people still perform this ceremony. Because of the scarcity of this mineral in ancient times, the Roman soldiers, officials and working people were often paid with salt. That pay was called salarium, which came from the word for salt, sal, and meant salt money. From this we get our word salary. Today we still use some expressions of early origin based on the importance of salt. Among these are, "He's not worth his salt, I'll take that with a grain of salt," and "He's the salt of the earth."